Hello, everyone. My name is Heather Axton. I almost said this is my channel. Sorry. We are on Miss Rosanna Bradford's channel. For those of you who may not know, she had knee replacement surgery on Monday. And originally, Beth was going to do the full week, but she wasn't feeling great this morning. So I offered to take the slot. Hi, Beth. Hi, Brandy. Brandon, we need to talk after, by the way. I'll text you. You'll know why. I'm sure you know why. But anyways, we'll talk later. So, Beth wasn't feeling well, so I said that I would jump in and take over her time slot. And so here we are. So, I figured, as I said in the description, we'd see what kind of beauty shenanigans we could get up to since mom is right? It's not the best time to get up to shenanigans. I also want to take a minute to tell people about the collaboration or companion collaboration so that if you are interested in joining us, you may, but I'm going to wait for a few more people to trickle in. Hello, Renee. Hello, Leah. And then I will show you the project that we're going to work on today. I thought of like what I thought would be the most appropriate for Rosanna's channel. And as it says, it's in Rose's garden. I figured we'd do a little fairy design kind of thing. And I'm going to include some beads I got from her. So I am so excited. She sent me a little package recently, and included in it were the cutest little black Swarovski crystal flowers that go perfectly that will go perfectly with the pendant that I'm going to use. So it will be so much fun. So actually, let's go down to the mat and I'll kind of show you what we're going to be working with, and then we will come back. I want to keep this hour about Rosanna. Rosanna is one of the founding members of the companion collaboration. So that's why I'm talking about that this morning, but I might pop onto my own channel a little bit later to go over and discuss other things pertaining to my channel. But this is all about Rosanna. So I'm not going to talk about my stuff, I guess. Yeah. We're doing this for her. It's about her. So, and I just want to do the best job for her that I can. Good morning, Mary. So happy to see you. I believe it said hi, Renee, but if I didn't, I apologize. I hope everybody's having a great day. So let's pop down to the mat. Actually, no, hold on. I'm gonna rotate my camera ever so slightly. Get Pixie in the right orientation, but without making you guys sick. Okay, so I found these adorable little items on Temu. For those of you who follow me as well, you know that they came as a set of asymmetrical. Oh, you guys can actually see the floral. Oh, it's showing up today. Woohoo! Okay, for all of you who will be joining me later, this is the coral color I've been trying to show you that existed on these little charms. So they came as an asymmetrical set of earrings, but I don't know if you guys would wear these as earrings. That would be great. But all right, sounds good, Renee. Thanks for popping in. Hit the like button for her before you go. Yeah, and if any of you wouldn't mind doing so real quick, I would appreciate it. Anyways, I could not see these as earrings, so when I purchased them with the specific thought in mind of splitting them up and using them as pendants. You can see like up against my finger, I have very small hands, but up against my finger, don't mind my nails, that they're a little long. Like, here, I'll do this too. Like, not even long, that's just like really chunky to be hanging from your ear. So, I'm trying to decide, should we do fairy or dandelion? We're going to pair them with these coral shell pearls that were in the bargain bead box. I believe it was the time traveler box. I have these. I have, like I said, I have these four beautiful little, and I believe these are, what are these ones called, Rosanna? Now that you're there. Hello, Mama. I said I'm taking over. Let's see what we can do while Mom's not home. I'm pretty sure these are called fairy flowers, but I could be incorrect because I have limited knowledge of Swarovski and everything that goes with it, and I probably just called it the wrong name. It's now known as Prestige, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, how are you feeling, Rosanna? Better, I hope. I hope you're feeling better today. Yeah. So I was thinking we could use some of the coral shell pearls because they go perfectly with these. They actually came to me at about the same time. So I knew immediately I was going to design with this. But Rosanna, do you want one with the fairy or one with the dandelion? We'll leave it up to her. She can decide. Oh no, I know they're Swarovski. I just have a very limited knowledge of them. I know they are. I just couldn't remember if the shape is called fairy flower. Yeah. Okay, we will do one with the fairy. So pretty. I love the coral and the yellow. She's sitting on a little rock that has like flowers on it, so it's perfect, right? We are in her garden after all. I also have some beautiful, I don't know if we'll mix this green in much since we are going with the black, but I have these gray crystals that are like just little gray ones. They're really pretty and delicate so that it doesn't get too dark. Or I have the crystals that came in the same bead box. And I actually bought a smaller size of them that I have in my stash as well. But okay, well, everybody, I'll talk about the competing collaboration when we're finished with the design. So first things first, we need to get some feeding wire. I was bummed because on Randy's channel, Rosanna put out the fact that she likes to braid soft flex if she's going to leave the cord exposed. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's such a great idea. But I don't have any black soft flex right now. And that's the color that I would want to use. So I'm just going to use a standard gray. I'll use all of this. I'm going to cut it nonetheless. Okay, that's way too much wire. It's all right. We can always go to a smaller. I can make a bracelet out of it afterwards. Okay, so we want this. So I also don't have black wire, which is annoying. I do have my stainless steel little bead caps in two different sizes. I also have a couple of different flower bead caps that I thought we could use. I'm thinking that These ones would probably be best because they are antique silver, so they won't like be too different from the black, but yeah. What other colored metals would I use? I would use silver. Or you could put this with bronze, you could put it with gold. The black would go with just about everything. I switched where Pixie was heading. Sorry. There we go. That way I don't go off camera a million times. So if you wanted to lighten it up, you absolutely could use like a bright silver with the black. You could use it with coral. Like I said, you could use the greens or you could sprinkle in the green just because it's kind of like the garden feel. I have some of these pink and gold beads that aren't like completely out of the color family. Blah, blah. So I was thinking we might put a couple of those in. I do have those beautiful buttery yellow um, pearls that would go really good with the pendant. Although I see those going with the dandelion one more because it has more yellow than this one does. So I went ahead and right before we got started, I drilled these out a little bit because I don't know if you guys had the same issue that I did with these, that the coating was punctured in the weirdest way. And so like the holes were itty bitty. So I just took my little rotary tool and drilled them out. As they are glass in the center, I did go low and slow so that I didn't break anything. But just to let you know, I have drilled out a larger hole in a glass bead before. You just have to do, like I said, go very low and slow so that you don't break anything. Um, I couldn't decide if this was sunset or sunrise in the background, but I don't see the rest of these. I just had them out. Where did the other ones go? Oh, that is so weird. Well, okay, it's all right. We will stick with this. So let's just go ahead and start stringing. I need to make, that's what you were doing. I need to make a veil of some kind. And originally, when I was going to use, if I use the other one, where did these are itty bitty ones? I don't want that small. Sorry, this wasn't last minute, but it was. I went back and forth on what I wanted to do for the project, so that's why I'm a little squirrely right now. I apologize. I will get it together. Had my jumper. That's why I'm frustrated. Let's see here. You also could use gunmetal with this. That would be very pretty. But I really have no jumpers. Right? If not, I can make one. No, there they are. Okay. Sorry about that. Ooh, but I did just find something else while I was turning that around. Silver sheen obsidian would also be gorgeous with this. So we might have to figure out how to sprinkle some of those in as well, because that would help tie the silver and the black together very nicely. So this is the color palette we're going to be working with. So let's put this on up. I keep forgetting that. I haven't started yet because I need to put this on my. I need to put the jumper on my pendant so that I can put it. I'm gonna put a second one on. Sometimes I do that just to make it a little bit more substantial looking. So it's a little bit thicker, which once we put the beads through, you'll be able to see that that is thicker, because the beads will kind of, why do you want to keep spinning? Thank you. Stay in place. Okay. I also have, the standard daisy spacers and things of that nature. And we know that Rosanna loves a good spacer bead, so we might pull some of those. Okay, now that I have the crystals in place, do I like that? I do not like that, actually. So I'm going to take one of them. They're not sitting flat. I would have need if I had like 18 or 16 gauge jump rings. That's the size I typically use when I do that. Please lay down. I think I'm going to grab these two little stainless steel beads to go underneath the jump ring. There we go. That's a little bit softer. All right. Then we will stick on a bead cap and bring on one of our, yeah, that's pretty. And it will keep the, where I had to drill, it will hide it. Okay, let's see. That might be too big to be right there by the bubble. Sometimes you just have to like slowly build up to the biggest beads, or that's what I like to do personally, is kind of slowly go up. So I'm just gonna now go from that little spacer to our gray crystals. Maybe this is where we'll put the silver obsidian in. Do I want 3mm or 4mm? I'll use the smaller. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. I apologize. I'm gonna go to the silver sheen obsidian after the crystal, and then we will go to the coral after that. Yes, I like that. Okay. I'm gonna be using the gray crystals, kind of like a spacer bead. They're just there to kind of bring the different beads together. So there will be the little crystal beads. Do I like the flowers or do I just want to go with the bigger? I don't know that I like this. It's not bad. It's just not. Let's see. A couple of options right here. I don't know why. I just don't like that bead cap there. So I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna go ahead and try the bright silver. see if I like that better or if I just want to use the same bead cap that I have on the Silver Sheen Obsidian. I kind of like this already. I like it a lot better than the antique silver. Yeah, I like that. They're a little bit smaller, so they don't overtake the bead. I am someone who likes my bead caps to be different. Oh, hi, Nita. If I missed anybody else, hello. Hi, Gracia. Is Dorothy there? Hello, Dorothy, if you are. These are 6 millimeter, these are 8 millimeter. And then the little crystals are 4 by 3 millimeter rondelles. So, like I said, I'm using those in the place of spacers. And I know this isn't a like crazy mixed metal situation, but there's nothing wrong with throwing using more than one color bead cap or one color spacer or whatever it may be. It's like there's no rule against it. And the silver and the stainless and the black, it's just see how that coating. See, this is what happened. There was like a little lip on it. And even though I drilled it out, that little lip got bigger. So that's why I want to use a domed bead cap so that doesn't push back where the bead cap sits and make it look funny. Yep, yep. So between the bead caps and the little silver or little like light gray, silvery gray crystals, it's just very simple. We see what it looks like on the other side with coral first. Okay, yeah, I can do that before I get going much further up. I think having the brighter bead caps is a little different. Are you saying you want me to do it asymmetrically? So if we did the coral first, this is what it would look like. Cap. Do we like it with the coral first better since it pulls the coral in the... Now that it has the brighter silver, the smaller, brighter bead caps, I don't mind it as much. So we absolutely could swap it out and do the coral first so that it brings out more of the coral in the pendant. You like the dark one better? Okay. Black first. Oh, Beth's like, no, not asymmetrical. You just said weird symmetrical, so I wasn't sure. Okay. Well, everybody seems to like the darker one better. Either way, I think it's going to be pretty, and I'm excited about it. We'll string up the other side a little bit higher so that we can see it better. And then I think I'm going to go one more of the coral, and then I'll swap out the silver obsidian with the blackberry flower. So I'm pretty sure that's what they're called. I could be wrong though. And that may be what another brand calls them. In case you didn't know, Swarovski was originally owned by two brothers. They disagreed about the change in the future of the brand, so they decided to part ways, and they each took a new name. So one is Prestige. Um, one is Prestige and the other one is Preciosa. They're made with the exact same formula, the exact same everything as the brothers ran Swarovski together. They came a little bit together. So when you see either Prestige or Preciosa, know that they're the same. Learn that from Bernie. So you were seeing if we had a small box, little like Casey. Oh, no, you're fine. That just means when you get them, you'll be able to play and have fun with them. Oh, that bead cap is not clear, which happens, but it could happen because, oh, Heather, I had the bead cap going the wrong way there for a second. Let me do this up, and then you guys can tell me if you think I need to like add daisy spacers to it, or the bead caps and the crystals enough. I am liking the texture that the two different colored bead caps are bringing to this. Oh my gosh, come on. I decided one. Oops, I forgot to put a crystal on. Yeah, they are the same. Well, at least you got there and back okay, Rosanna. Oh, yes. So that is something that is, yes, one brother owns Preciosa and the other one owns Prestige. Okay, we're at the same point on the other side now. Do you guys like it, or do you think we need to? I'm kind of I'm kind of loving how the silver crystal just almost like gives that see-through light to it, keeping it from being too dark. You like it. Okay. Mary likes it. So we're going to do one more of the coral, and then we're going to add the little fairy or little fairy flower next. Rosanna, are these called fairy flowers, or am I calling it the wrong way? And I just made that up in my mind for some reason. Or do I want to go higher up so I can use two of these on earrings? If I put this a little bit higher up, it could be our secondary focal, and then I would have some for earrings as well. These are drilled kind of interestingly. What do I do? What to do? What to do? What to do? I kind of want to go up a little bit higher first. Maybe do 5 of the coral and then add that as the secondary focal. Oh, okay. I just feel like I've heard that somewhere before. I can. Yeah, I think I want to use those as the like secondary focal and make sure that I have some for the earrings because they would be beautiful earrings. Like a drop earring with the coral and with silver, it just kind of falls. Maybe I'll be able to create a rose Like I can channel Rosanna's amazing earring skills. She makes the most beautiful earrings. I love them so much. So if we can make a nice little shoulder dusters for in her honor. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's gonna be perfect. This. Now I just have to decide if I want to put a little like silver ball spacer in between where it hits. Where are my? Sorry, I have a package of these where they shouldn't be in, so they hit the cord. Where did they? I think it might need a little itty bitty silver spacer on either side, just to like fill in just a small baby. Yeah, it definitely needed. Oh, just an itty bitty teeny tiny one. I find it interesting how it's drilled, where there are 3 petals on one side and 2 on the other. Are they all like that? They are indeed. That is so. I've never seen that before. Then we will just continue with our project. My hubby sealed these for me, so there's um some of the holes still have the seal. And then I want to go back to coral and then continue the pattern. So let's get the other side caught up real quick so we can see the effect on both sides. He literally lined up all of these bead caps and sealed all of them for me. Because they're sterling silver plated. So, quick tip that I've given before, and that is that if you notice that metals turn quickly when you touch them and stuff, to where like copper starts to tarnish or bronze or whatever, if you use hand sanitizer right before you use it, it helps with that. But some people have to wear gloves because it affects the metals that they use that much. So mine doesn't turn, but I still do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, not yet. One more. Oh, why did I do that? So, I did want to talk a little bit about the companion collaboration. This will be, I believe, the 4th one we've done now. Where we a group of us all ordered the companion bundle. And then it's dropping this Friday. Typically, we all have it by the following Sunday. Sometimes if you live in a more rural area or whatever, it can take a little bit longer to get there, but either myself or Rosanna will just use our box and open it. We go through it. We talk about our likes, if there's any dislikes, whatever it is. Then from there, we design with it for a week, posting pictures in the Bargain Beatbox group, in Meeting Besties. If you are a content creator, you create with it on your channel. So you do not need to be a content creator to participate. You can either participate along by just designing with it and sharing the photos, and then we can show that off when we come back to show all of our designs. But we like to have as many of you on as possible. You only need your phone in order to do so. I simply sent out a link and you log in using that link on your phone. If you do have a channel, it can stream simultaneously to your channel as well. It's an easy process, so I don't want anybody to feel like they're not tech savvy enough to do it. It's not difficult at all. So we can keep doing it. Yes, you can also, exactly. You can also just design with your Bargain Beatbox and design along with us. Somebody said that they could only get Gracia said she could only get the value bundle. That's fine. Design with it. You can still come on with us if you want to and share your designs with us. Or, like I said, you can post a picture in Beating Besties with the hashtag companion collaboration. And then we will just share those pictures along with what those of us who are on camera made throughout the week. If you are a content creator, by all means, create on your channel and then making videos. And the same thing, just please use the companion collaboration, which I'll put out a post in Beating Besties that explains all of these. You can use the hashtags companion collaboration. You can use BBB companion collaboration. You can put companion collaboration February 2026. The more hashtags you use, the more if people are searching for something and they don't have like just the companion collaboration on there, then it'll be easier for us to find and others to find as well. Only a few more. Oh, I think we're going to be about finished with this. Okay. Then, oh, sorry, I was holding it up to make sure my pattern was all correct, which it is. And to the side. I want enough coral beads to be able to do a bracelet as well. So right now we're at 14 inches. So we need to do a couple more repeats still. Or you can just finish it off with crystals and little silver ball spacers. Mhm. I might do that because I have a ton of the crystals and not quite as many as the coral beads. And as I stated, I would like to have coral beads to make earrings and a bracelet. But I am gonna do one more of the little. I could even finish it off with the obsidian, but I think I'm just going to finish it off with the gray crystals and some ball spacers just to kind of act like chain. I could have cut this and added chain to it. I do have some beautiful stainless steel chain, but not right here. So this is an alternative way to finish off your necklaces more economically, or if you're just getting started and don't have chain, this is a really easy way to do it. I could also use links to finish it off, but I really like the crystals. And then see, it just finishes it off really delicately for along the back of the neck. I don't like bigger beads on the back of my neck. They messed with my the pain I have in my neck. So if I am going to bead all the way back, I usually like to go to something like this. Let me pull this down a little bit. So I'm still working where you guys can see the necklace. So, unless you have short hair, the back of the necklace doesn't show typically, or unless you do like an updo. If you do it, if you do, if you use this and wear it with an updo, it's still really pretty. And I like to put a chain extender on the back of certain necklaces so that it kind of like goes down the spine. I think that's like such a classically beautiful like look. Okay, I have an inch and a half and I want 2 inches of this. So I need probably 3 more, maybe 4 more. And then we will add the hook and be good to go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You always want an odd number. People find odd numbers more aesthetically pleasing. Let's see. Is that enough or do I need one more? Nope. Okay, we're gonna put this off with our happy little. Oh, this is the one that I used for the knotting project the other day, and I guess I didn't put the cookie back in. So we'll use the one that we says. Okay. Make sure that this is the correct number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. One more obsidian. Where did you go? So 10 more crystals. And I'm sure there are those of you wondering why I'm not just like using my Softlex as the needle. I am not skilled at this. Like I have Becky can thread on beads so fast. I'm better at just putting them on by hand. Although now that I said that, I won't be able to do it either. That's the way it generally works when you're doing a tutorial. So yes. Oh yes, that's right. Thank you for reminding me, Beth. So Beth reached out to Gina from GGC. Did I say that right? And she has said that she'll need a little help with the technical aspect of it, which it's not hard. So she has agreed to come on a future episode of Beating Besties to tell us all about her jewelry journey, and how she got to where she is now with her little treasure bags and stuff. So that will be a lot of fun. That's crazy, Beth. Yeah, if I wasn't a breeder, I would have pet insurance on all of my dogs, but 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, so 2 more. But because I am a breeder, it's so expensive to have pet insurance on my females and even my males. So yeah, you walk into a vet and sneeze and your bill's high. 4, 6, 8. Last crystal. Okay, there we go. There's the full necklace. Well, as much of it as you can see. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna rip off the other side and we can close this up and then we will be good to go. But I'm excited to have Gina on. Oh, those are the itty bitties. Here they are. I must have pulled one down and then thought I didn't and grabbed the other one. Okay, so we're just gonna stick the crimp tube on. We're gonna come back through. Actually, I am going to put right here. I am going to put this one link on so that my clasp goes into a closed loop. And I'm just going to directly put that on. Go back through my crimp tube. And then make my loop. Oops, way too much wire there. Okay, because I will get it and then use that as my scrap. I like to put a third strand in because then I don't have to squish it as many times. So, that might be too small of a strap, especially with that little link in there. Got it. Okay, then I'm going to grab my magical crimper, which has this round concavity in the middle of it. You use it with your crimp tube, 2x2 crimp tube, And when you're finished, you end up with a little bead rather than just a folded crimp. So I'm going to squeeze once, and you don't have to go crazy. It kind of flattens it, and the corners come out, and it looks like a little pillow bead. Then you're going to turn it, keeping that crimp centered in that concavity. And you're going to squish again. You're going to turn and squish. And I think I'm going. And then I squish a fourth time, and I have just a little bead because it pushes the rest of the crimp tube back into itself, which helps round it. I have itty bitty little. There we go. Okay. Then we're just gonna slink everything down, let gravity do its work, and then I generally like let it oil a little bit when I put it back down on the mat so that I don't have any gapping issues, but it's also not like stick straight to where it has no movement. And then I know this is controversial, and here's what I'm going to say about it. If ever your lobster claw, if I even have any lobster, that might have to be the hook. I do at times prefer to direct crimp my class, just because I feel it makes them more secure. No, I don't have any lobster class, so I will be using a hook. I just prefer it. You can cut it off. It's still wire, so you can cut the loop off of the lobster clasp, and then you can just attach a new one with a jump ring. If you are for sure selling, then that's different. So this is a little silver plated hook. If I'd made the decision soon enough, it has the other side of it is much like this, the link that I picked. And we're just going to go back down and through. Like so. I will cut a little scrap off of this and use it as my third. I thought this is not necessary. Many people can get a very nice crimp without doing this step. I find that my crimps are consistently better when I do this. Sometimes it's a little finicky to get it in there, but then you're just going to grab your pliers again. You're going to crimp. Turn, make sure your clasp isn't getting in the way. You're going to center that. It turned on me, sorry. And there we go. I typically do that until I don't feel any more resistance from the beading wire. Slow when you get this itty bitty little bit still sticking out. There we go. Okay. There we go. Very pretty, I think. I think it lays quite nicely. You could do a second layer using this and possibly the links and just alternating back and forth. and that would make a really nice necklace to stack it with. So, yes. Yes, tell them. Dogs, we can no longer, you need to keep it together. So there's the necklace. I didn't actually pull enough for a bracelet, but I have a scrap from the other day that can be used as a bracelet. Let me decide what I want to make this center. Oh, I know what I can use. We'll just pull this little sparkly guy in for our center bead. I don't like the way the holes look, and I know nobody else will see them, but I see that, so I am going to put the little bead caps on either side. I'm weird like that, but it just makes it, I feel, like that looks better than just leaving the bead as it was by itself. Okay, then how many of these little guys do I have left? 2, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4. If I want to use this size, I do have bigger. Oh wait, these are also the same size. Maybe not. Are these the same size? Nope, they're half a millimeter bigger. 3, 4. So I can do 5 on either side with the slightly larger. So that's what I'm gonna do. I have to re-up all of my little bindings. So that's what I do with my tax money. I buy all of my wire and leather and whatever it is that I'm gonna need for the next year. Okay, and then we're just going to do the pattern, although in this case, I'm going to start with the coral. I need to go through after this with my little rotary tool and clear all of these holes so I don't have this issue. Because we're starting with the larger bead, I can put the coral in the center like that. And I think that that will be a nice little focal for the bracelet. Let's see the crystals on this one. I'm trying to decide if I want to use the crystals. I only have 5 of each side of those. Which is annoying. Those are also slightly bigger, but I have more of them. So I'm going to pull these off because I want to use the ball spacer on this one just to give it a little something something. It's so funny that half of a millimeter makes such a difference, but it does. And I want to add a little bit more silver to this And I could have done this on the necklace too, and then I may not have needed to do up and around the back, but I when I make sets, I like to make them so that they can also be worn. This is a small one that was in the wrong spot. I like to let them have their own little something special. I don't know. I don't like to use the exact same pattern. But I like this remote. Yeah. Then we will just keep going if I can find my crystal. And then we'll make some shoulder duster earrings. Aw, thank you. I appreciate that, Beth and Brandy. I do, I do. This is why I like lives better than recorded videos, although they monetize differently. But yeah, I don't understand how all the monetization works. I really need to watch a video or two about it. Cause oh, that's not a 3 millimeter either. Did I just pick up the exact same one? No, it's a different one. How did they get mixed up? I would have had plenty to use the smaller. I might switch to the smaller ladies. Because that was the look I wanted. I apologize. But I'm gonna switch to the smaller. Since I have enough. Oh, do I not? Oh no, I'm sick. Where'd those go? Yes, now I have plenty of those. Let's make sure there's no more hiding in here. How I don't know how I did that, but I will thank my past self for making it possible to use the smaller bead that I wanted to use from the get. So, smaller beads everywhere. Yay. Okay, we're good to go with this. I just don't want them to be so, I don't know what the word is. They were drawing too much attention to themselves. That's what we'll say. Ah, sweet, sweet. Okay. Let's try this again. I know it's crazy, but um, it really does make a difference in the look. Hold on, let me get this. Thankfully, I can string pretty quickly, even if I'm not good at like picking up using my softlex wire. Oh, you're not getting bead chops, sir. Brandy, are you gonna join in on the companion collaboration this month? Are you able to? Like I said, everybody is welcome. You don't have to be a content creator. It's open to anybody who wants to join us. Although Brandy is she is a content creator. She has her own channel, Brandy Michelle Designs. Um, and we're all trying to get Beth to start her own, and she said, "Nope, I'll just help you girls out when I need her to." So you might see her on Tuesdays and Thursdays every once in a while in that time slot, because I'm still not well enough to commit to doing it 5 days a week. So it is very nice to know that somebody else is willing to step in. I love Silver Sheen Obsidian. It's so pretty. I don't feel like it gets enough attention, love. I don't know which word I'm looking for, but yes, I like this better with the smaller crystals. I think it's more delicate looking, even though the other leaves are 10, 8, and 6. The crystal and the smaller ball spacers help it to look daintier than what it is. And then you could do exactly what I did with, oh, I have an idea. Not for this, don't worry. I'm not starting this one over again. But I am going to go to the other side. Flip this puppy off. Sure I don't use all my beads on one side. I know Beth should get her own channel, right? Are you? But you didn't answer my question. Are you going to participate in the companion collaboration with us? You should. It's fun. I love anytime I can do like a joint unboxing or just like a design, a collective design session with other jewelry makers. I find that it makes me better. It gives me more ideas. Like or like Randy twisting the sock legs this morning. I thought it would have been cool if she had two different colors of green, then the twist would stick out better. But it looked that beautiful the way that she did it. Um, what was I saying? I don't know what I was going to say. I really hate this. Anywho, I like to do it together with other people. Oh, when Rosanna said that she likes to add a third stand and braid it up if she's going to leave it exposed, I made a bracelet once out of soft flex straps where I just like did a figure eight with a bead on either side and then a crit bead in the middle. I really liked the way that it turned out when I did that. I did that during like Becky's challenge that she does, where she does like the links or something. I can't think of what she words it, but I made it for that one year. Okay, so these little silver balls may dictate where we end. Let's see. I have. I need one more. Are you? Oh, There's one more. Oh, I thought I was gonna run out. Now I'm out. But I think my bracelet is long enough. We shall check them. Oh, I don't wait, one more. I need one more. It's times like this that I miss when my desk was messy and I could buy, not that it's as clean as it was. And I'm just gonna have to move just a little. That will look weird unless I do it on the other side as well. I know what I need to do. Haha. I don't need the spacer on the other side because the current bead will act as the other spacer. So I need one more bead cap that's not plugged up. Last little spacer. And then the last spring crystal on this side. Now, these are bigger beads, so I'm definitely going to want to check on my bracelet mandrel. Although, I just opened up my, I had plenty of beads, you all. I had other ones in there. They're just, these are sterling silver and those are silver plated, but I just found, like, you guys are going to laugh at me. Ha ha ha. Sometimes. Where did I put? Did I put away? I put the number ones. So where did I put down the my crib tubes? What the heck? Or as that little girl in that video, what the hell? What the hell? If you haven't seen that, it's funny. Her mom finds she had like a little stash of, oh, I have my beadsmith ones right here that were literally made to go with the magical printer. I'm just not much of a fan of them. I prefer Softlex or Beetleloss. Ooh. Ha ha ha. I have Softlex. I think these are Softlex. Are these Softlex? No, I think these are the sterling silver ones that are way too thin and can only really be used if you are full. I have 1x1 silvers. Of course. Of course I would need. Have 1x1. It's okay. We will use the basic ones. That one's not. Three. We'll see. I'm going to use the same hook clasp that I used on the necklace, but I'm going to use the figure eight that goes with it. I don't mind having like if I run out of one side of the component or the other, that's fine because I can use these as links in a bracelet. I can use that hook with just a standard jump ring that like there's it will still work. Pull back through, pull down the loop. Definitely. Oh, fast on Heather. Oh, this can be opened. I just don't like to open it. Okay, let's take a little strap. it in there. I like to add it with my thumbnail right under so I don't have another little thing that I have to cut. Put it in the center, clip out of the way, and crimp, and crimp, and crimp, and crimp. It's actually just not as bright of a silver. Here we go, one side down, back to the other. Did I really only pull out one print? Back to the other end, pull it down. After I pull it out and put the rest of my clasp on, just you can find these feet along hook and eye. I like them because they give a little like built-in chain extender because you can put the hook in either one of the holes. You can also, if you're someone who prefers like the more cha-cha designs, you can hang a charm off of the other hook if you so please. I'm gonna kind of pull that, let gravity help me keep that thing out of the way, but oh, I forgot to put the other strand in. It's okay. It turned up okay. They're just not consistent. Sometimes the walls are way too thin. Sometimes they're like caved in. Like it's just a whole thing. So here's our bracelet. It'll lay flat no matter which of the hooks you stick it in. So there's our bracelet. Now, how can I do this? I have more of these. I could do like an earring like that. And like end at the crystals right there. What do you guys think? Or should I just have them like dangling down, making each one of them their own little leaf? I'm going to finish the earrings up real quick and then I'll be done. So, not much longer. I think I am going to do that, but I'm going to use these slightly bigger spacers since obviously I don't have any more of the smaller ones because I use them all in the bracelet. So, like I said, I got to restash up once our taxes are back. Those I could quite easily. Or I can do each of these like at a different length with some chain, like hanging That would be more Rosanna-esque, I have a feeling. So we might do that in honor of Rosanna. Let me see what chain I have right here. This one's pretty. Okay. I have these, which is the brighter silver, and I have the gunmetal. And here's what I'm thinking. Is it too outrageous to mix them in the same earring, even though they're not the same shape or color? I think it would be beautiful. So I'm going to need some. What do I have? Any silver? If not, I will need them. Yes, I do. Let's hope these aren't crazy difficult to close. This is. I have not like mastered the ability to order head pins that they're either flimsy or they're like ridiculously thick and you can't like get them on. Okay, so we put the crystals. You like the link? Yeah. You so I'm thinking we could put the obsidian and the metal on the gunmetal, and then we can put the coral and the crystals with like a ball spacer on either side off the silver, and just have them at varying lengths. So we would need at least two of the obsidian. So we'll actually four. Two earrings, Heather. And I'm gonna do something I don't normally do. I'm gonna go through and I'm going to like, oh, and I have the flowers. Yes, and the flowers. Ooh. Oh, it's gonna be pretty. I'm gonna find like the silverish, the ones that have like the most flash possible for these earrings. Because earrings are sometimes more noticeable than the other one. There's not a lot of sheen on that bead. But there is on this one. Okay, two more. One, two. I'm probably just gonna do one of the coral, and then I will do two of the obsidian, the flower. Well, we'll see. We may only need one of the obsidian. So we just need to bend that wire right where it exits the bead. I'm going to do my hybrid link. Oh my goodness, this is very thick. And I want to put this one on silver, but I'm not sure how. Oh my god, it's so hard to curve over. So I will just get these ready to add. Portal. So, if you've never seen me do my hybrid link, I don't like simple loops, though these head pins would be fun. I'm not a fan of simple loop. I don't think that they're like reliable enough. So, but I also don't like a bunch of wraps. I want the focus. I don't always want there to be a bunch of wraps. I want the focus to be the bead itself. So I came up with the hybrid link. You guys can be a problem. Still didn't straighten it. Which I'll show you. And I have tested it up against a wrap, a wrap bead with 3 wraps around it, and it's just as strong. It distorts the shape of the loop before it comes undone. Okay, so there's those. Do we want to include these all there? I'm not quite sure. I definitely need my flowers. Hey, I don't even know who you're barking at. Stop. Hey, Ramsey, don't whine at me. Be very careful. Don't want to break these. I only have 2, so I can't break them. Can't do that with my exercise with these. Don't want to break the crystal. That would be very upsetting. Okay, so, and then like I said, I can, you know what? No, I'm not going to use the 3 millimeters. I'll go down to a smaller size bead if I'm going to put if I put a bead on. Let's see. I don't know where my ball head pins are. Oh, there you are. I would use those with the crystals instead. Do I want it with the bead or do I just want it by itself? No, that's okay. All right. Make up a couple of these and then we'll decide what chain they will dangle from. Ooh, this one has a definite bend. I did not fix the bend there. That was weird. I went to fix the bend and created a second bend rather than what I wanted to do. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I might want more crystals. We'll see as we dangle it. I also might want to do the gray. I just don't want to do too much. So here's my thought. I would put the coral and the crystal on silver chain. And then I would put the black obsidian and the flower on gunmetal. What do you think? Thank you. I appreciate it. My bargain bead box order just came with my green aventurine bundle and my aunt. Oh, how pretty. Hi, Dorothy. Thanks for letting me know you're here. I really appreciate it. Yeah, Beth was like, oh, I'll reach out to the stomach doctor tomorrow. And I'm like, what's wrong with today? You should just reach out today. Okay, so I think I want the coral to be the longest length with the flower being just shorter than the rest. And I'm going to join them all in a jump ring because the ear wires I want to use are these, and their hole, you can see, is not very big. I already have to close that up, so it's going to be an itty bitty hole. But I love the decorative touch on the back of the. So because I want to use these, I'm going to gather the chain into a jump ring first. It will also allow the different levels to have more space and not be crowded and jumbled up right at the center. I don't know why this is. Oh, my dogs are in here. Apologize. Apparently today they all need to be with mom. Okay, so I think I want to do 5 links. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to cut the smaller links in between to separate these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If there was a way to open them, I would because I love this shape. It's like one of my favorites. Okay, I'm gonna open this. We're gonna slide our little chain on. We're going to close the loop back up. And then I'm gonna hold it like that. And I'm gonna just bring the loop around until we get back to where the loop originally began. These are very heavy duty wire. So I'm gonna do it with my pliers a little bit. Uh-oh. I'm gonna pull stuff. Let me tighten. Come on. Get back where you're supposed to be. Thank you. There we go. So you can see there's not much wire above the bead itself. No, not those. And I'm just going to clip it off. I'm going to do the other side. I know there's a lot of stuff on my mat right now, guys. I think the camera, is the camera doing okay or is it going out of focus? This camera has amazing focus capabilities though. I like it's autofocus. Come on, close. See, that's all you had to do. Grab onto that. Grab the end and just do a half little turn around the back. That's all you do. Just that little half turn makes it just as strong as a triple wrapped with wrong ones. I need the skin ones. Go in, tuck in my wire. Okay. Now, since I did the boots, I think I want to do the little flowers on 3 links. So 1, 2, 3, and I mean 3 of the big links. 1, 2, 3. I'm cutting the small links. Rosanna taught me you're supposed to keep all your little scraps of chain. So I have a little container that I keep them in. And that's what I usually pull out when I'm making earrings. At least when I'm designing by myself. Grab onto that, grab the wire, and don't grab the top of the pliers with it. Half turn back to where we started, cut it on the side. I like to cut it on the side of the loop so there's not like, oh, that's the front or that's the back. I like it to be, oh wait, this is 5. Why do I have 3? Oh no, this is 4. I cut too many links. I might need 4 later. If not, that will go in my scrap. But if I decide I want another crystal, 4 would be a good thing. 1, 2, 3. I'm not cutting. 1, 2, 3. This link is mad. It's not part of the earrings, apparently. That, oh, nope, not the flower, the other crystals over. Open up my loop. Move it. Nope. Everybody needs to stay where you belong, please. Grab this and just wrap it. And I really like my hybrid lip. All right, Georgina. Randy, I'll make sure she doesn't miss that message. Her tummy has been very upset, so it's possible she's not watching right this second. So I will make sure that she knows that you put that up there. Okay. I'm gonna pull this so I can see where I want the length of the other beads to be, because the leaves are differently, but I think it's just going to add texture. I found this girl. I had my phone on my TT's trinkets and treasures account rather than my personal account. And I came across this girl, and she literally like took some of her grandma's napkins and made overalls with them. Thinking that if I do that, it will fall right there. I think that's what I like. I think that'll be a good thing. So now I just need to add another link. The same, and as these links are the same regardless of where you cut, I'm going to put them on the pipe pin. So I need to cut this one, I think. I'm so bad at this. If I did it right. I'm not very good when it comes to figuring out like the length. I don't always do very good at like where the chain needs to be cut, so I end up with a lot of chain scraps. this leaf a little bit smaller. But I'm not going to make the leaf balls holding with that because it would have been in the way. And I don't want my crystal to break. I gotta make Rosanna proud with my silver dusters here. After all, it's just a little difficult. I should have put a ball spacer on top of this, but it's alright. We got it done. Where's the flower? There we go. And then we'll just figure out where the obsidian goes and whether or not we want to add another crystal at a varying length. Woo, that one went flying. You guys hear that snap? Ah, it wasn't the bead. It was the piece of wire. I was like, oh no. No, it's just the wire. Okay. Ooh, that scared me for a second. Okay. Again, let's figure out where we want the silver sheen obsidian to hit. Are those going to be too close in size? Those lay nicely. I may cut a length off of the gun. I am going to cut a length off. I think one smaller will look better with the corals. So they're not hitting each other. Yeah, I like that better. You could even take one more off, but I do have the crystal links, and I'm still going to do the silver sheen. So I want to alternate between the gunmetal and the silver. Which oh no, I did that's for the other earring. So I think I'm actually going to want the silver to be really short. So probably only 4 or 5 links. And then I may do one more with the silver. The silver crystal. What do you think, Rosanna? Are they bunching up too much? Should I have like added these onto a piece of chain on the links? This is so out of my wheelhouse. And they are going to curve up slightly. I'm going to take one more link off of this. Okay, the other flower. I need to take 2 links off. And then I only want like 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 5 of these little smaller ones. Yeah, I'm gonna get them all like ordered back up. And then I will put them out for you guys. Like I'll have them in a sale of mine. Because I've gotten that a lot. So I just need to be able to order enough of them that I can send them out in like a reason. I don't want to send you like 20. That always annoys me because who's only going to need VCAPs for 10 beads? I mean, I guess if you're doing a bracelet, maybe, but I like to send out at least 50 when I have VCAPs for sale. The smaller. Okay, let's see. This is one of those things I feel like whenever you do like a earring like this, it's always like, you know how when they cook and they say you need to taste, you need to test the tastes every so often. I like to be able to look at things. I think that'll look okay as an earring. Does the crystal just get lost though? Oh, that's why that's happening. Okay, so let's do it this way. Figured out why it was getting lost. I'm gonna do that, and then the silver sheen obsidian, and then the crystal, and then the flower. There we go. No, I think it's a cute little dangle earring. I could have made them longer. Yeah, guys, I will probably remake these and make these longer. I think I want some of them longer because, like, this only comes to my jawline. And I think if I add more links, I will be able to do it. I'm not going to make you guys sit and watch me putz around with this. I'm just going to come back up. We only have, we've already been on for almost 2 hours. So, yeah. Second earrings. I'm going to I'm probably going to make them longer. I don't think I made the chains long enough. So I'll go in and I'll fix that, and then I'll post a picture of the completed set. But thanks for joining me, you guys, as I covered for Rosanna. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you liked and were like a little inspired today. I hope I did well for you, Rosanna. Even if I didn't, she'll tell me I did. So, but I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Like I said, I'm going to leave them hanging. So that's what I mean. I think I need a longer chain. I didn't make the chain long enough, so I'm gonna adjust that and go from there. So, thank you for hanging out with me. I hope that some more of you are inspired to come on the companion collaboration with us, as we said earlier. Even if you're not able to grab the companion bundle on Friday, you can design with your bargain bead box, items from your stack, anything like that, and it's completely up to you. But I hope you have a great rest of your day, and as always, happy beading.